It's now been more than 10 months, believe it or not, since that toxic train derailment. We're bringing Rich McHugh in East Palestine, Ohio. People there still waiting for their lives, right, Rich, to get back to normal. And Rich, our investigative correspondent, has done so much reporting on that, documenting all the contamination and everything else. And I know you have some new information here as we come up on the end of the year. What is the latest, Rich?
Hi, Connell. So it's hard to believe almost that we're beyond 10 months actually since the derailment and the burn, and they're still finding chemicals in the creeks. I spoke with Dr. Tsai, who's been actively going in the creeks trying to test them and hold the EPA accountable and basically prove the EPA wrong. He sent me a picture. I'm not sure if we have it, but it showed just yesterday on Christmas, chemicals still horribly contaminated. And I spoke to him earlier. He had this to say.
It's some of the worst contamination I've seen, again, in the last 10 months. Nothing has changed. We've been forgotten. We've been abandoned. President Biden hasn't even supplied one bottle of water. We've been abandoned by the entire government. The corruption that I've seen in local, state, and federal government here in East Palestine. And Rich, that is a microcosm of what's going on in the nation right now.
So this is a longtime resident of East Palestine. He's lived there for 30 years, doing his own to hold, their feet to the fire and doing quite a good job of it, Connell.
So he's running then for Congress. Is that the?
Yeah, the news is that he's running. He's a chiropractor. He's a black belt in martial arts, son of he's a first generation son of a Chinese immigrant, and he's decided he's not going to wait for Congress to do their job. He's actually going to run for the seat that is opening. I asked him earlier this morning, what do people need to know about you? Take a look.
I care about people. When I saw what happened to the victims down at the rail site at the crash, and they were ignored and abandoned by the company that did it, ignored by the local government, ignored by the state government, ignored by the federal government. And I have a lot to lose. I've done pretty well in life, but I fought all those entities the entire way, and I will fight whatever's going on in your town. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this.
He
for
tells
Ohio.
me that he tells me that he has a big name endorsement coming, somebody that will be known worldwide. The primary is March 19th. That's the first step in this. He'll be running against the other Republican candidates, Connell.
Yeah, we've seen this before, as you know. One issue kind of drives someone to get in the race. You remember Carolyn McCarthy years ago in Long Island after the shooting, that inspired her to run, I guess, gun control. And now this issue, it would inspire people to get involved. And we'll see how it turns out. But thank you for your reporting all year long on this, Rich McHugh, on the East Palestine story. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.